Free agency this year has been crazy. So many moves have been made, so many great signings that the Commanders have acquired. But one of the moves that puzzled a lot of people that happened was the cutting of center Tyler Biadasz. Now, it's been a few weeks since that has happened, and this week in the owners' meeting, Dan Quinn talked about how that position is up for grabs between Nick Allegretti and Julian Good-Jones. In this episode, we're going to break down the center prospects that we think might fit, and we're joined by the man who keeps it 100 about the Commanders all the time, and that's Rio Robinson, as we go through our center big board and talk about the prospects that stand out to us. You won't want to miss this episode. Stay tuned, lock on in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 700 by Saturday, April 4th. It is April 1st currently, Sean Taylor's birthday. Happy heavenly birthday to him. Lock in for this episode. We're going to be talking about some great prospects, including one guy who a lot of people aren't talking about, who has a great pedigree, and you can find out who he is. He's a sleeper in this pick. So just keep your eyes peeled. You will see exactly who that is at the end of this episode. Lock in. Let's go. Raise hell. Raise hell.
Raise hell. Raise hell. Hell to the Commanders will prevail. Raise hell. Raise hell. Hell to the Commanders never fail.
What's good, Commanders Nation?
Yep, we back,
Yep.
man. What's good with it, man?
Coolin', man. Y'all see who I got with me today. I got my boy Rio Robinson here from the Rambling with Rio podcast. Make sure you check out our boy. You already know who he is, man. The myth, legend. How you feeling today, Rio?
I'm feeling lovely, man. It's draft month. We waited
Yes,
all off season for this. After the draft, it is a long hill until the start of training camp. So I'm anticipating a very slow April. I can't wait till we get on that board at number 7. And we got some new uniforms to look out for in a couple weeks and some tricks up the team's sleeve. Let's go.
And wait, I'm thinking Spears too, bro. I'm thinking Spears. They've been spamming him in a little bit too hard, but who knows? Who knows?
We're going to find out soon.
Yes, sir. So today we talking center. I know that that's a position of need for the team right now. Recently at the team owners meetings, Dan Quinn went in a little bit and he talked about Allegretti kind of having that job and Julian Good-Jones, but I know Rio feels a little bit differently about that last name.
That is Julian, not Good-Jones until I see otherwise. No disrespect to him or his family, though.
Yeah, excuse me, that's our starting depth right now. Those are the two guys we have. There have been rumblings about Brandon Coleman perhaps picking up that position. But how you feeling so far about the starter position, man? Do you think that these guys are going to get it done, or you think there's some guys that we should be looking for in the second wave of free agency?
I think the free agent market for center died after Tyler Lindenbaum got $27 million on the open market, and we were runner-up for him. I don't know about you, so let me know how you feel about that. But I'm okay that we missed out on paying a center $27 million a year.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. 27 mil? Like, why reset the market for center? And you didn't have, it's just Raiders doing Raiders shit right there.
Yeah, this Raiders doing and they had hella money to spend when Max Crosby was off them books for 48 hours. So I feel them on that. But the team seems mighty confident in the ability of Nicholas Allegretti. That's 3-time champion Nicholas Allegretti, and he's held us down in some tight spots at guard. We never seen him do it at center. He said he's most comfortable at center. The depth of the room scares me as of right now, but I think I'm going to trust their gut that they don't think the fall off is that far from Nick Allegretti that it was from Tyler Biadasz and Brandon Cole. I think in a perfect world, Brandon Coleman develops and becomes our center, and we're young all the way across the board except Laramie Tunzel. And it's Brandon Coleman at center and Chris Paul next to him at guard with Cosme, Connerly, and Tunzel.
Oh, yeah. And, that'd be a great scenario. But right now, Dan, he's talking about it's Allegretti and not good, bro. Like, that's really all it is. I mean, they are talking, but it's line season. So we really know anything can change, dog. They're talking out their ass at the current moment. Like we saw it at the owners meeting. They were saying any and everything, just chatty.
They were
Yo,
yapping.
how much of that do you think is just fodder or like smoke just to try to discourage other teams or mislead other teams?
The owners' meetings are one of the best places to get information from teams because it's relaxed. They're
Mhm.
in their element. It's a bunch of billionaires and millionaires, boys club, fraternity drinking. It's like the Catalina wine mixer for NFL teams. They're just there cooling, drinking, and once you got them off, our owner would not stop talking. Josh Harris
He
was
was
talking. And I know Josh Harris ain't never found a bottle he ain't like. So you know that boy was out there giving it up. Stadium got 75,000 seats.
like
We're not anywhere near naming rights to the stadium. We got some tricks up our sleeve, but we don't want to ruin the surprise. We didn't know it was a surprise until you just told us. But thank you. They were saying a lot of things, and I think that's the best place for a media scrum when it comes to front office and coaching.
Yeah, man, they were really rapping. I mean, I got hype. I watched your live stream earlier about potentially what the uniforms are gonna look like, and I'm like, yo, it's crazy that all these months of mocking different graphics, and we got some great graphic designers in the Commanders community. All these great graphics, and to think that we might get a spear, like that's wild to me, man.
And even if it ain't a spear, I trust that it feels like, see, my thing was I expect them to just go back to the old uniforms. And
Same.
if I had my choice, I want a redesign of the old uniforms. Like, I don't want a carbon copy of what the team wore in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I want some new stuff. And it sounds like they about to remix them joints. So when they say surprise, they've been soft launching this spear for 2 years now. Everyone wants the spear, and it's more Greco-Roman spear than Native American imagery spear. I'm trying to, you now entertain? Welcome. We going to fight for Sparta.
Yup. I mean, you seen it when at the games at Northwest where they be like, the enemy's at the gates. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So they already laid that groundwork, and I'm excited about that, man. So the Commanders, we're clearly getting back to our identity, and I feel like this season, like I've been hype all off season. I feel like the energy is high. This is the highest the vibes has been since we brought in 5 for real. For real, it's like upteenth level, and this center position is still something that got a lot of people off by surprise. Do you think guys like Lloyd Cushenberry or Ethan Pochik, or do you think those guys are still options that they might bring in later on, maybe after the draft?
Did Cushenberry sign? I think Cushenberry might have signed in the last couple days, but I don't think there's a rush at the position. I think they're ready to go into the offseason what they have, but they will take a center at some point in the draft. If they don't take a center in the draft, they are very confident with the bodies we have on the offensive line. The offensive line, other than depth at center, is perfectly fine. I don't really know if we need to take a center with our first 2 picks in this specific class, but we're going to get into some guys today that could make sense if we go center earlier than I desire.
For sure. Yeah, you're right about that Cushenberry thing. That just happened. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah,
he signed with who he signed with the Bills. They signed him and Austin Corbett.
He got a weak contract, didn't he?
Yeah, easily. Let's see what the ink is on that. That's crazy.
I mean, Chris Paul hooped and he got 1 year, $3 million. Adam Peters does not be breaking the bank for nobody. Even that Oway contract that we finally saw Adam commit to 4 years to somebody. That's pretty much a 2-year, $50 million deal.
Yeah, man. And I mean, we saw Lermy and them going ham on him, talking about some, we need that. Give me my money.
They was talking crazy to that boy.
Crazy. I mean, it's all love, though. I mean, we need that energy, bro. We definitely need that energy. And I mean, AP is still a likable guy, so he's going to get it done one way or another. But yeah, we got those guys off the list. Let's jump right into this draft. Let's see who's on the big board. I mean, like you said, maybe not going so early. Some of these guys on this list are like second to third round projections, but I personally love the middle part of this, that 3 to like 5 range for a center. I think that's perfect. Anything after the third round, you can find some really, really great centers. I mean, Linderbaum was a third round center, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. And that's when I like to take my centers. You know, I know that there was the Josh Larebises and what was his name? Ricky Strombergs of the world, but you know,
Ronald Eugene
Rivera, that's what he do. But the 5th and the 6th, and that's when I like to take my centers, man. And I think some of these centers are going to fall down to places that people don't expect them to be right now because center is not usually a hot commodity draft.
Definitely, man. Like I honestly looking at this big board, these are just the projections that I'm finding online, but I feel like a lot of these guys might fall way below what these projections are saying right now. Like a second round for Jake Slaughter. I mean, he might be the guy if anybody goes high on this one because he has a crazy RAS score. And I mean, he's arguably the best with Connor Liu hurt so far. What do you think about that?
I know that Jager Burton kid from Kentucky and Jake Slaughter.
Yeah.
Those are two. I'm not one to get too deep into the center conversation, man. If it would help if you played in the zone scheme, if you got some athleticism and some move ability, would love to see it. I like my centers, big white boys with leather elbow pads on, no gloves, fingers taped up that look like they was raised on a farm. I don't have too many things, but when I see green on the relative athletic score, we know Adam Peters has a type.
You know he has a type, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know he has a type. And Jake Slaughter is just that type. But like we're talking about here, I honestly think he might be the reach of this draft. I feel like a lot of teams might end up reaching for a guy like this because he's slotted to be the top. But he is good in that zone system. And that is something that I think might give him an advantage on there. I mean, only allowed what? 1 sack and 800 snaps? That's crazy.
That's insane. That's what I like to hear.
In the SEC, man, that boy been just husking corn. I'm willing to bet he's from somewhere like Oklahoma. I feel like all the best centers are from the middle of the country.
Hey, that sounds like what a center needs to be coming from, man. That's what I like. We all know that we all got a type for center, and that we know what it looked like.
Most deaf. I mean, speaking of type, like y'all could see this big board that we got up here, and we'll definitely share this up. I mean, somebody who a lot of people aren't talking about, but for me, you already mentioned Jager Burton, but I really like Logan Jones, man. Logan Jones, that boy, let me pull up. Let me just give the people some numbers.
But he looks perfect. He looks perfect. And this is a program I really believe in drafting players from. Iowa players do not typically bust in the league. If anything, they're solid. You don't typically see as many busts from that program, and that's pro style zone. Hey, bring him.
For sure. I mean, look at the numbers that he has on here. Most importantly, look at this boy's RAS score. We know they got the type. Look at all that green. The only thing he has red in. That's it though. But because it's still almost 300 pounds.
He's got to eat. He's got to get in the NFL nutrition program, and they just got to throw some ribeyes from Morton's, 2 of them at a time, and he gonna be good, man. We ain't worried about that. And he gets to learn behind Allegretti anyway. We don't got to throw him out there right now.
Exactly. And the good thing about Logan Jones, what really stood out to me when I was looking it up, he actually at the same school that Tyler Lindenbaum is at. He played with Tyler Lindenbaum, and he's a converted defensive tackle, just like Lindenbaum was.
Yeah, so, and just like with coaches that coached on both sides of the ball, a guy that's played on both sides of the ball knows the tendencies and intricacies that comes with playing the position in front of him. That's an IQ thing. Love it. Green flag.
This guy, I mean, he has all the intangibles, and honestly, we're talking about somebody we could pick up in the 5th, 6th round. Like, possibly. I'm with it. Possibly. I mean, yeah. Because I feel like his stock might go up. He had like the fastest 40 out of all the centers.
Love this. Look at that number, bro. That's under 5 for a big center from Iowa, man. Bring him. He looks the part too. He looks exactly what I described to you, how I like my centers to look. Like, have you seen Parker Brailford for Alabama? He don't look like a center to me. Like, he can play center, but that's not the center aesthetic that I seek.
Yeah, Parker, he looked like he gonna be at Rose Bar. Like, he looked like he about to try to step outside or something.
Like, if Cole Turner found a new career as a center, that's what Parker Brailford looks like. Nah, that's not what I want to center.
Hey, I'm good off of that. And on top of that, like, besides, I mean, he's quick, but I don't know if the strength is there, if he has enough functional strength for me, Parker Brailsford. I know a lot of people have talked about that. The size isn't quite as there, but he's not as strong as I would like to see a center be at that position. But he's quick on the zones. he has shifty feet, but yeah, man, to your part, I don't think he looks apart, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if he's there on day 3 and they take him, I'm with it. Like, I don't think we're going and seeking out a starting center in the 3rd round, but
Mm-hmm.
he played in a zone scheme at Alabama. He plays for Alabama. He's played a lot of snaps in his career. And on day 3 of the draft, there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees in the draft in the 1st round. At this point
Mm-hmm.
of the draft, you're taking a flyer and you're hoping that your coaches that you hired and empowered to develop guys can teach and get this guy on the football field at some point. So at this point of the draft, he don't fit my aesthetic, but if we take him, let's ride.
Yeah, I mean, coming out of Alabama isn't worth what it used to be anymore, though. Ever since Nick Saban left, but he definitely has that that profile that people might like on there. You talked about this guy already, Jager Burton. That's just another like I have him tiered in the athletic freak category because that guy is just like you said. He looks the part. He's just a big husky guy. Looks like he I don't know,
Listen to
lift
his
sheetrock in
name.
his free time. Jager
First of all,
Burton.
his name is Jager Burton. That's a brand name right there. That is a
Blue magic.
Yeah, it's a brand name. Exactly. You hear it, you see it. He's gonna get a segment on the team shows. That name gonna hit like Cam Cheeseman's did, except this dude can actually play football.
He's not fucking hiking the ball with like one hand from the
my
side.
Hey, that boy Ronald Eugene traded up for a center that forgot, a long snapper, my bad, that forgot how to snap in year 3. Boy, bless us, man.
Oh my God, man. I feel for Ron, man. I feel like he did some good things from the culture, but like I just wish we wouldn't have let him be a GM. I think things could have been so much different if we had a true GM and Ron was just a coach.
Hey, bless his heart, man. In ways, he was the sacrificial lamb to get us to where we needed to be. And Jayden Daniels was sprung upon us upon his final season here. So thank you, Ron, forever for what you did. You did set us back a little bit, but we're moving on to the future. And Adam Peters and company in year 3 changed the philosophy and are having the best offseason this team has had in a very long time here. Let's put that bow on it at the draft.
Yes, sir. I mean, at 7, bro, right now, anything can happen. And I really think how we go in the center direction is really going to be determined on what we do at 7. Because if we go offense at 7, chances are that 3rd pick is going to be somebody defensive. They might try to get a DB or something like that, or maybe one of the tackles or something like that that's hanging out in there. But if we go
what I want fans to understand, I need to understand it too, because I be on stream yapping sometime and I forget this. They aren't going into this like we do mock drafts. It's got to be receiver here. It's got to be defense here. Or we got to go center at 7. They are going to we're not the first pick in every round. They're going to let the board in front of them speak for them. They're going to field calls and check temperatures for teams league-wide, and they're going to act accordingly when we're on the clock to make a pick, and you're going to follow your evaluations in the commander caucus. So, it's not as simple and cut and dry or black and white as it's cornerback at 71, wide receiver in the 1st round, center at fit. No, it doesn't work like that. If it was, they would not have jobs for very long.
Absolutely. The board falls how the board falls, and you just got to adjust and move around based off of that, and that's how we could end up getting a guy like Mansour Delane or even trading back. I'm super okay with trading back just as long as we stay within the top 15.
Hey, if it comes down to it, but if there's a player that you love at 7, stick and pick, and let's get a culture-changing blue chipper on this football team because this roster lacks them right now.
Absolutely, and it's not going to be that often. I mean, if you're doing things right, where you're going to be picking at 7 this often, correct. So you got to take advantage of that.
Yep, have to. You got to take advantage of it. So, hey, it makes a ton of sense. Let's get it done. Come on.
Most def. I mean, to take us home on these center prospects, because we know the board's going to fall how it falls. And with that being said, these last 2 guys at the bottom of this are 2 guys I really want to talk about, because if things fall and let's say we're killing it, we're getting all the best players that we want. We get ourselves a blue chip in the 1st round, whether it's offense or defense. And 3rd round, we've finessed something good. I like Dejon Striblin. I think he might be there for a 71, and that could be a love pick. But I think these last 2 guys, Nick Dawkins and Noah Fenske, I think they could really be the answer for this team at long-term center protection, because they're guys who are developmental, but they got some interesting traits. Now, Dawkins, here goes his RAS score right now. And
Boys
the
all
thing
got
that
some mean RAS score. It's an athletic center class.
very athletic, especially at the top end of it too. There's very athletic going on. And one thing I like about Nick Dawkins is he is pretty quick, more so than anything, but he has a lot of the leadership intangibles. And believe it or not, he is Daryl Chocolate Thunder Dawkins' son.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Wow.
Yep.
Hey, bloodline, genetics.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you don't find guys who are like 6'4", 6'5", who can move like that. And he prides himself on the leadership part, because of course his father died while he was still young, and he just wants to be a player in the caliber of his father. And that's something that really motivates him. And I saw that in his interviews. And that's somebody who I ain't hearing nobody talk about him, but 6th round, 5th round, this could be somebody who's there with one of them compensatory picks that we have.
You definitely just put him on my radar, and that's someone that I need to bring to the stream now. I appreciate that. I did not know Daryl Chocolate. I know he had a son entering the NFL draft this year, man. Genetics are definitely something teams think about and consider in intangibles and measurables too. So,
yeah, most def, man. He's definitely going to have a developmental ramp, but I do think that he's somebody who deserves a lot more attention. And this other guy, like Noah Fensky, he kind of reminds me of somebody that OG Bobby Johnson would have liked, because he's not like one of those fat centers. He's very like muscular. Like he's a personal trainer in his free time. Like he has a business. Yeah, he's in the gym, bro. Okay. I mean, look at his RAS score, bro. He's near perfect. Like he has one of the higher RAS scores out of the centers in this class, and that's how I even found him. I didn't
look how many reps he did. That boy be in the gym. Lord.
Gym, straight up muscle head. He is a little bit undersized on the weight part, but he's all muscle, bro. Like they say he has a crazy squat, just like what's his name out of Iowa? Logan Jones. Another guy who's the crazy squatter, bro. The center class, man, I've really been trying this year, because with all the stuff that we got and how limited picks we have, I've really been trying to look for these guys who could be sleepers and who are realistic for us at the end of the draft, kind of like a Bill or Cam Curl, one of the few picks that Ron got right. You know what I mean? These type of guys who you could find solid starting developmental talent in these later rounds. And like you said, Rio, I mean, Allegretti, I'm cool with Allegretti starting at center for real.
I am too. I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with the offensive line, but I know they could still add to the room, but I'm a lot more comfortable than most fans are.
Absolutely. I mean, most fans would call it a crisis. Like, oh, we let Biadasz go. We ain't even try to trade for him. I mean, Dan might have said we ain't try to trade for him, but they definitely tried to trade for his ass.
Adam had AP had to go clean that shit up real quick. Hey, listen, man. We running the front office over here. We do what we got to do, Shout out to Dan, though.
Yeah, now Dan be hyped, but I promise you, bro, they all started the days with like mimosas or something, man. Dan was off that Jager Burton.
He was off that Jager Burton. Hey, if we draft Jager Burton, we're using that on the regular now, bro. He off that Jager Burton.
Jager Burton.
I love it.
Yeah, man. So that's the center outlook for y'all. I wanted to get Rio in here because we know Rio has really great insights on there, and I thought it was a good time to collab around some of this draft stuff. Rio, I know you got a lot of things shaking for you. What's new for you? How can the people continue to tap in? What's your next stream going to be about? Talk to us, man.
Hey, tomorrow at some point during the evening, Matt Miller interview. Let's talk NFL Draft Scout, ESPN coming on to talk about his mock draft 7-rounder that he put out this week that had Commanders fans up in arm. Rio Robinson on YouTube, shows called Ramble and Rio, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Rio_Robinson 91 on social media. Y'all know what time it is.
Most def. And make sure you check out Rio's latest endeavor. He got a prize pick. What's the code for people to get the free $50 off of a $5 play? Prize pick.
$5 play turns instantly to $50 to use on PrizePicks using code HMA. Make sure y'all check that out.
HMA. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in the description for this video. Make sure y'all check out PrizePicks. Support Rio and everything that he's doing. We appreciate y'all for watching this far. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you, Rio.
Yeah, appreciate you, my dog. Anytime, man. Shout out to my boy, Kenny.
Yes, sir. Kenny, you already know. We'll see you on the next stream.
blaze away.